Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris. And for this message, what wants to come through is that I know I typically don't make these types of messages, but money wants to be in your life. Money loves you as much as you love it. And it's this, it goes beyond the sense of worthiness, it goes beyond the sense of physical paper or plastic or whatever type of currency that you have. It goes beyond this material exchange, and it goes into this place of resonance. It goes into the subtle realm of resonance, of resonating and creating with something just so beautiful. And okay. Yeah, so it just goes beyond something physical and it goes into this place of resonance, resonating with yourself, of truly allowing yourself to be expressed, right? Money reflects to you the way that you're being expressed, the way that you are expressing yourself, the way that you are connecting and interacting with your surroundings, with your life, with the people around you, with how you are honoring the space that you're living in, the earth that you're living on, the land that you're living on too. Even honoring your body, honoring your vessel, honoring the subtlety of it to the physicality of it. This is where money becomes more um, tangible. It's when it becomes honored, when it becomes acknowledged for what it is, for what it offers, for how money brings you to places. And the thing is, why is this something that is being spoken about? Well, we've created a life, a world that tells us where we are, how far we've come, to even going to the extent of how valuable we are through the amount of money that you're able to hold, through the abundance that you're able to have. The thing is, everyone has a different variation, a different understanding of what that means. For some, it's something that can be so mundane, so normal, the so called middle class, and that being something that's abundant and rich and wealthy. To know that you don't have to worry and scrap for your next payments, or even to know that where your food is going to come from, that you'll be able to pay for it, that you'll be able to feed yourself and also the people around you, the people that you love. And so it's leaning into this place and knowing that you don't have to fight to survive, that you're not even surviving, you're thriving at that point. And that's your abundance, that's your success. It's this is what we lean into. And the abundance can hold that money, holds that money as a reflector, and it shows you, tangibly can show you where you are mentally, emotionally, physically. But a lot of the times it just could be that you are getting all the money that you need, but it's just you don't feel like it's enough. The more you keep practicing that it's not enough, eventually it's going to become not enough. And this is where it turns into making money and living paycheck to paycheck. So you have the a higher paying job and everything, but you're living paycheck to paycheck at that point. And you, even though with a better pay, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. And so it's readjusting the way that you relate to money, the way that you relate to yourself. All of this tells you where you are mentally, emotionally, on a spiritual level, on a subtle level, and to shift. It's always an opportunity. You're never stuck with where you are. You're always given an opportunity to shift. And so giving yourself the grace to move, to be changed, to become something other than, to be someone other than, you learn more about you. And you do just that, right? And so I'm gonna see if I can get back a little bit more grounded in this messaging. And so, money itself, yes, today in this world, we made money what it is. The thing is, we actually have too much fun with it. We like chaos, we like challenges as much as we like peace and love and ease. It's the contrasting ideas and um, life that we enjoy so much that evaluates and teaches us a little bit more about the world that we're living in, to the humans that we are, the societies that we're creating, the civilization that we're living in. What is the stories and the memories that we're leaving behind? What is it that our ancestors left behind for us to learn from? The thing is, are we learning from that? Are we changing? Are we shifting from that? To be honest, we actually are. We are changing. There's things that our ancestors did that we're not repeating anymore because of how awful it was. And at the same time, we're not in a great place either. Yes, it's the lesser of two evils, but we're still not in a great place either. So when you learn to relate to money differently, you learn to relate to yourself differently, you learn to relate to this world differently, you learn to relate to your environment differently. And when you relate to your environment differently, this is when your spark of being in service turns online. Because you already have this hunger to be in service, to help someone, to be useful, right? To be of value to someone, to solve a problem for someone. And the thing is, we play roles in our environments, in our already current lives. And so, what does it mean for us to play a bigger role in our society, in our community, as well as our individual lives? And so, where do you stand? And when you become more clear on where you're going, what your mission is, what you want to create, your mission is usually what do you want to see more of? There's certain patterns and imprints that you're already looking at. There's certain stories and ideologies that you already see and you know, and so you're learning to look at it even more. And when you look at it even more, it tells you that, hey, you're available for doing something about it. You have the resource, you're learning the knowledge, you're acquiring everything that you need to acquire so you can make that change, make that shift. And once that shift begins to happen, people will invest. People will pay you to continue to do what you're doing because it adds value. And so when you shift the relationship that you have with yourself, you shift the relationship that you have with this world. And that shift, it's the mental, emotional, the psycho-spiritual shift, psycho-spiritual relationship that reflects back to you what it means for you to have money, for you to be in abundance, for you to be in overflow. You begin to understand that. And that understanding, it also is a clearing and a cleansing of the mind and of your relationships. And it's usually the relationship to yourself, it's the mind. It always starts, you are the center point of your whole story. You are the center of your whole world. Sorry, let me repeat that. You are the center of your world. And so when you are the center of your world, everything else begins to shift and transform to adapt. And the thing is, that friction, external friction, reflects back to you what else is there for you to shift and transform. You will be constantly evolving because why? You are a human being in this physical body living a human life. Nothing is constant. So, regardless of your humanness, you might still have the theories and the knowledge and wisdom, but it's how do you apply it in your humanness? And then how do you take it back into your spiritual self? And how do you have a relationship with your soul, with your spirits, right? And how do you refuel yourself again? How do you lean into your dharma, your purpose, your mission, right? How do you lean into that? And it's these little places that you play with. The more and more you keep moving through and working with money, the more you keep welcoming it in. And you keep shifting the stories that are coming through. So with that, I'm going to be leaving the message here. And I hope that you guys got a little something out of it. And I wish you guys all the best. And I will speak to you soon.